Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming to Your Connection to Spirit. I'm Terri Suzuki, Kigaru Spiritual Journeys, and I have my co-hosts here, SunPsychic Jean
Hi, everybody.
and Wisdom Seeker Joan.
Hi.
Well, ladies, we were just trying to figure out kind of what to chit chat about as we're getting going and getting used to being on the stage again. And I was just telling everybody I live in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle area, kind of, and they had already put in the newspaper this Sunday that summer is winding down for us. And I just, I love summer. I don't like summer to go away. And I was just telling them that it's a little cool today. It's sunshiny and beautiful, but it's a little cool.
Yeah, those
And
first
It's
little hints
super
of
heat here
change.
for sure. Well, I'm sorry. Go
Mhm.
ahead, Joan.
No, just those first little hints of change are always a little surprising.
Yeah. We always kind of get it the cool down first because we're the way the air moves across the globe is it comes down through Siberia and Alaska and straight at us. And so it's all the cooling has started. Oh, the only good thing about the cooling is that it's been cool nights for a while, and that means we'll have good apple crops this year because apples, when they're finishing, love warm days but cold nights. That brings all the sugar into them.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Interesting. That's good to know.
Yeah, I grew up in
What do you
apple.
think the percentage of apples come from your area, Terry?
I don't know now. I just for people to know, we don't grow apples in the Seattle area, but on the other side of the state, on the dry side, that I used to live in Yakima, Washington, which if you go to the library there and you see the old checkout cards in there, there's a big stamp on it that says Yakima, fruit bowl of the nation.
Oh,
Yes. And so we used to grow a lot of the apples, but I suspect that California probably grows a whole lot of the apples now.
There's a lot of
Um,
apples in Minnesota. I know friends of mine who live an hour or so or 2 hours away. They were working with scientists at the University of Minnesota to develop what became the Honeycrisp. So they were,
oh,
yeah, that's a really good apple.
I love that apple.
And then I think another one that's really good that came from a similar association was Pizzazz. There's so many different good apples, but yes.
Mhm.
So every
Yeah,
now and again, I'll get a big bag of windfalls from them of just the things that have fallen down and they can't sell. So they give them away to friends. So that's always
yeah.
nice.
So Jean, I heard you are hot up there. Hot.
it is. It is. It was like 95, almost 100 yesterday, and it's probably going to be the same today. But we have these evening storms that really cool things down. And when I say cool things down, it cools it down to like 80 or so. Um, and the thunderstorms, I mean, they can be aggressive, but the rain is very much needed. And, something about the wind and the aggressiveness of the storm coming through feels like it's cleansing in like a washing machine of some sort. There's just something about it that if we only had a little pitter patter of rain every once in a while, it wouldn't move the energy like it's needed. I feel as though that nature is doing us a favor by moving the energy through, and any kind of a stagnant smell or uh, you know aroma or air around you. Let's say if somebody's exhaust was really bad after that storm, there's no trace of it left. It's very, very cleansing, and that's what I was feeling last night. It was exciting. Now I was driving in it the other day, and it was still exciting, but I wasn't as happy about it. It's not my favorite thing to do is to drive in, because of the roads flooding, and as your tires are going through, the water is like spraying up on either side and it pulls back on your wheels. And I have a regular sedan car, you know, 4-door. I don't have a SUV or anything. But yeah, so it was not very easy to navigate. So I see we have a lot of people here already.
Ooh, we have a ton of people. Hi, Tanita. We have Julie Campbell, Davy Jones, Douglas Serby. I haven't seen you in a while, Doug. Sherry Moe, Sarab Gupta, Aditi, Matt Wood, Nilani, Daniel Sherman. I think I already said Aditi. I don't know if I pronounced that right. And Mary Kim. Well, thank you everybody for coming to our show. We are getting your questions starred. So remember, if you want to ask a question, please put it in all caps or a lot of emojis around it, just something to make it stand out, because that our view of this moves very fast. And so sometimes you might put in a question, but it might get lost because it moves a little fast. We will be reading on the normal stuff today, but also we won't take any kind of medical questions and not political questions either. But we would love to talk to your angels and guides, your loved ones. If you have a mystery going, we'd like to look at that mystery for you, such as you've lost your keys and want to find it. We are ready for all of that. And we are not going to use the picker today. We're just going to go by spirit led on which questions to choose. And I want to let you know that if we choose your question, you need to be here as we're answering it. So what we'll do is we'll pick 3 people kind of ahead. And then what we'd like you to do is say hi in the chat or something, so we know you're present and that we can choose your question. If that you're not present, we're going to move on to the next people. But if you happen to notice, you know, like maybe you're doing the dishes and listening to us, and then it takes a moment to dry your hands and get over there and say here, we'll put you back in the lineup. So it's not like you get tossed out forever. So, okay. Well, ladies, are you ready? Are you ready to read for people?
As I'll
Whenever
ever
you
be.
are.
Okay. And Craig's here. I just saw Craig. Okay. Let's actually start with Nilani. I have some job offers. So
And then who's
oh, that's right. Okay, hang on. Let me look them over a little bit here. I also just want to tell Sarab, please put your dad's name in the chat because we need his name. Let's go with Douglas Serby and Matt Wood. Okay, so next ones are Doug Serby and Matt Woods. Okay, great. I hope somebody wrote that down so that I will remember. Okay, so this is Nilani C. Has some job offers. So does Spirit want to say anything about it? Is there any guidance the Spirit would have about the job offers? And anyone who, if you get a message, you go first. And we'll just, as you get the messages, go ahead and come in.
well, my advice would be to move towards, thank you, to move towards the choice that brings you the most excitement, that you think you will have the most fun, and that you're excited about engaging. And this is in everyone's highest good. It's not necessarily which one is higher dollar amount, or but there's many different reasons for different jobs, but the one that we're most excited about is typically in our highest good. Now, if it's an extra hour away than the other ones, then it's important to take all of those details into consideration. But I do see that you have everything that you need in order to make this decision. You feel as though you are suffering because of making the decision. But I do feel as though in the end, you will feel more empowered once you do make the decision that it's almost like going through the process, writing, pros and cons and figuring it out on your own. And this is where you will feel the empowerment because you'll have been satisfied with the choice that you made. So that's what I have.
That is kind of close to what I was getting. When I tuned in, I had kind of this vision of an angel, all the big wings and everything, but its feet were standing on the edge of a sword. And I thought, okay, what's this about? I've never gotten this image before. But I in some ways, I think it means it's kind of like a knife's edge. You could go either way. There's maybe not a lot of difference between, huge amounts of difference between the different opportunities that are facing you. So it's more like, then I, of course, went to the cards and I got the meadowlark. Smile and you'll soon experience a journey of inner self-discovery. So as Jean was saying, this is like a time to, part of this whole thing is for you to go inside and say, what makes me feel happy? Which opportunity seems the best to me for my own growth and happiness? And especially with the meadowlark there. I also got the Knight of Cups, kind of going across this river, which is about emotion, and the cups are about emotion. And so that's like, what do you love? Is there one that you really, really, that excites you and just kind of speaks to your heart? And then this is the practical one. The Archangel deck is Archangel Raphael, who's saying prioritize your health. So maybe take a look at their insurance plans and see if that might be a contributing factor. So I think 2/3 of it is what excites you, what makes you feel the best about it. And 1/3 is the more practical. Well, do they have a decent health insurance plan? And that's what I got for you. But overall, going back to that first image, I think all of the opportunities are pretty close in the same, are pretty close. But this is an exercise in fine tuning exactly what you want. How about you, Terri?
Well, I went into the energy, and of course, I agree with both of you completely. And I know that my guides have said things like that many times before to people looking for jobs. But in this case, they led me in a different way. And they said, because these opportunities are pretty similar. So if she does her due diligence and looks at all these different things, then there's one more thing that has to be done. And that is about her. She needs to manifest. They're asking you to manifest, to imagine how this is going to go for you. They want you to invest in your own self. They want you to think about yourself as the highest and best person to hold this job. And they want you to value yourself very deeply, because how you value yourself tells them how to value you. I know it doesn't seem likely, but people are far more psychic than they know. And when you have this valuation of yourself in this job, that you know you can do it, that you know that you're going to be good at it, that you have really good skills, and that you can develop skills as fast as you need if that you need something new, they will treat you well back. So they will pick up on that. I've seen this happen time and time again in jobs where the people, the bosses pick up on what you are putting out there and they treat you likewise. So that's the thing, is they want you to maybe think about this almost as manifesting, that you're going to sit down, you're going to envision, however you envision, because some people are not seers, they're feelers or thinkers. Go in there and just envision how this is going to go and that how you're going to be. So just take that on and just know that you are the one. You are the one for this role. And they've made a good choice in picking you, or you picking them. So thank you, Nalani, for your question. And she just says, wow, thanks to all of us. Okay, so I did say Doug next, right?
I think so.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. Douglas Serby. And he says, hello, please, could they have a message? Thank you. Okay. Oh,
So, Doug, what I tuned in to your energy, and I do feel as though you have a weight on your shoulders, a worry, a concern, and your angels and spirit guides want you to know that everything's going to be okay. It's all going to turn out okay. And I do feel as though you have many different areas of concern, and you are you're wanting better days ahead, and the more that you can focus on what it is that you do have, what it is that is going right, what it is that you do have control over, um, the better. And it's about our thoughts. Our thoughts are creative energy. And when we think a certain thought, it creates. So if we were to worry about the worst case scenario, then it's more likely uh, a scenario that causes that would warrant the worry would be drawn to us. But if we're remaining optimistic and saying, I know that the highest good for everybody concerned will be the outcome. And I know I'll make it through. I know this is teaching me a lesson. I know that I will find out my path. I'll make it through. And you've made it through this far, right? Everything that you've done in your entire life. And it's important to focus on the positive, focus on the delicious cup of coffee that you had, or the air conditioning that you have, or the animals that are around you, and really do focus on what it is that's going right, because we could always find something that is not going right in our lives. But it's about that balance, it's about perseverance, and it is not, this too shall pass. And it's really important to try and just keep that little bit of optimism, a little bit of hope, and moving forward. So with this, you're I feel as though you're preventing yourself from enjoying life, or from having a happy experience, because you're so worried. You're like, oh no, I've got to worry. Believe me, the worrying is taken care of by others. You don't have to worry anymore. What they want you to do is to start creating and living life in a joyful manner. And this will bring more things for you to be joyful about. So that's what I have.
That's beautiful. And once again, pretty similar to what I was getting. When I tuned in, Doug, the image that I got was of this angel kind of dressed in purple robes, and she was blowing on one of those long herald trumpets, like da 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 da, when the king marches in or something. But she, in my vision, she was very, very small, and she was blowing this big long horn, but it's kind of hard to hear because she seems so tiny. So they're sending you messages of, like announcing something big, something important is happening, but you kind of have to tune in for it. And when I went to the cards, I got the pheasant. The time is ripe for creation and connection. Focus on these areas. And as Jean was saying, creating your new next reality. And the next card I got for you was the sun. Just a great, what is it? 19th card, a major arcana card. This is a big victory card. So if you can tune in and focus on the positive, you're just going to invite in all good things. And the last card I got was the Archangel of Strength saying, unleash your magic. And I think this whole idea about even, writing down all the worries or whatever, putting those away, and then taking the audacious step to go out and think something positive, that's going to ignite things for you, and good things will start happening. And you can really unleash your magic that way. It's hard to do when circumstances as they are not, not as you'd like them to be. But think of it as kind of this audacious step that you're going to lay the worries down and think about any little positive thing, and that will help you grow into the next step. How about you, Terri? What did you get?
Wow. I cannot believe how this bounce works. So when I tuned into you, Doug, I was kind of on your path, on the stage path that I see for you. And your whole team was cleaning up. They were sweeping, mopping. They're all in cleanup mode. And I'm like, oh, what's going on here? And I heard cleanup on aisle 1. And I'm like, oh, okay. So something has not gone very well for you. Something's happening. And then they showed me you right now, that it feels like I kind of like saw your etheric body is kind of in light blue tones, except for your brain. Like right here, all the way up, your brain is in pink, and it's just scrambled lines, scrambled static, a lot of static, things going on there. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And they said, this has thrown you for a loop a bit, that you're having a hard time sorting out what you want to do. And so they told me, and the angel part of the team told me this. So isn't it funny? All the angels are talking, that they're going to match your frequency a little bit more, and they're going to send you the ideas that you need to get yourself out of this, to get this straight again, to help you manage this. Okay, anything else you want to tell him? Everything's all right. Everything's going to be all right. This too shall pass. But you're going to be stronger and better for all this. Okay, that's what I got. Isn't that interesting? Doug, if you could give us a little bit of feedback, that would be lovely to find out how these messages hit you, since they're so very close.
He says, I've been hearing door knocking and doorbells in the middle of the night. Are these signs turning the corner?
Oh, yes.
That's like my herald trumpet.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is them saying, we're here, don't worry, we're here. Yeah. Okay, Doug, that's some good stuff there, Doug.
Yeah.
Okay. And also it reminds us they're always helping us. They're always on our side. Even when things happen, they're still there for us to help us. Okay.
And thank you, Aditi, for the jewels. She sent 30 jewels. There are different ways of gifting, so it's a lot of fun to see them come through.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Cool. Okay. The next one was Matt, right?
Do you want to pick the next couple?
Yes. Before we get going with Matt, let's pick a few here. So here is the next 3.
And Matt, please just say hello.
Sherry Moe, Mary Kim, and Cindy Imuse. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Those are the next three. So the next three, please just say something in the chat so we know you're here and present. Okay, here we go. And would you mind, if you wrote those down, repeating to me who it is?
Sherry Moe.
Yep.
Mary K. Lim and Cindy Amuse. I don't know. Emuse, yeah. And they just Cindy and Mary Kay just said hello. So
Okay.
I think Sherry Moe is work lurking. So as soon as she hears her name, she'll probably chime in.
Okay, great. Okay, great. That is lovely. Okay, let's read from Matt. So Matt Wood says, may I get a message from my spirit guides on anything that I need to know?
So let me just go back here 1 second. This way and this way. And Matt, it's important for you to work on giving yourself a break. You are your own worst enemy there, mister. You are very, very critical of yourself. You're very tough on yourself. You have high standards, and you feel as though you need to pull through this all by yourself. And if you mess up, or if you don't get your goals in each day, you are beating yourself up. And that is one method of motivation, but it's not very effective. And it's an old style, like a military style, or reacting through punishment. But it is not in our highest good. It really is not. And it's our ego trying to step in and be critical and judgmental of ourselves. Sometimes it's a reminiscing of how other people may have been critical or judgmental of us when we were growing up. But it's really important for you to treat yourself as though you were your own best friend, and to treat yourself with kindness. Like if you were to say, if your best friend didn't make it all the way up to the mountain before he ran out of breath, you wouldn't say, "Oh, you're so weak. What are you doing? Why are you doing that?" You wouldn't say that to your best friend. You'd say you did the best you could. You try again tomorrow. You might have a better chance. So these are the types of things that they want us to say to ourselves. Be kind, be encouraging, be supportive. And this is your spirit guides and angels wanting to help you, wanting to encourage you. Your loved ones who have transitioned on the other side are also coaching you and helping you along. But if you are self-deprecating, or beating yourself up, and really being highly critical of yourself, it's not a motivating factor, and it really does sort of fester, and you start to believe it, but it's not always true. Everything that we think isn't always true. It's not always our own thoughts. A lot of it comes from fear or ego that is, battling. So it's really important to remember to be kind to ourselves, and that if we messed up in the past, to forgive ourselves, to love ourselves, to encourage ourselves. And if not us, then who? I mean, if we can't be, you know, you know, and I don't think this is just business. I think it has a little bit to do about business, and it's not just about being competitive or trying to, do better at what you do. That's not what I'm talking about. It's a little more personal, and it's a little more, uh, you know, self-loathing. And they really want you to move away from any of that self-talk, in whatever way that you can. And the best way for anyone, or my suggestion for a good way to turn that around, is practicing positive affirmations. Like, I do the best I can every day, and every day I do the best I can. Whatever, find something that like sounds good, it's easy to say, and or find these things that you can support yourself, and it really does make a difference. The other thing that they just wanted to throw in there is that no man is an island, that it takes a village. So ask for help and invite other people in on your ideas, to help to complete it. You're trying to toe the line all by yourself, but ask for help and spread out the responsibility a little bit. So that's what I have for you, Mr. Doug. I mean, Mr. Matt.
Wonderful. Matt, when I tuned in, I saw two different images. The first one was you with a rifle with a big scope on it. And I don't think I've ever seen guns in my images before, but the whole idea was this scope, that you were far away and trying to get a bead on something that was long, long, long ways away. And then the next thing I saw was you were looking through a microscope at some tiny little slide on your microscope and seeing all the tiny microscopic things inside it. And then it was like, it was sort of a message of be in the now. And so what do I get from my first feathers card here? Feel and allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. This is a divine quality, and this is for the dove. So, and the dove is all about peace and everything too. So it's sort of like, rather than, I don't know if you want to interpret the far away as the future and the microscope as the past, or all just the little things that are bothering you about yourself or about someone else. Just put that aside and try to live in the moment. And then I got from the Archangel deck perspective. Zoom out and relax, rather than trying to see something perfectly far away. Just kind of try to see the big picture of it. And the result will be the 10 of Cups, the happy family card. Just to give you a little bit more balance, to just, as Jean was saying, maybe not be self-critical, try to live in the moment, say the positive affirmations as Jean was saying, and that will result in a lot more feeling of well-being and love and happiness. So I hope that was somewhat helpful. Terri, what did you get?
I got some interesting stuff too that just absolutely dovetails with what all of you have. So as I tuned into your energy, and then I tuned into kind of the little stage path that you're on, in this case, I found the path to be a mirrored surface, or potentially stainless steel or something like that. It was mirrored, and it felt dangerous. It felt like you could go too far, maybe back up and cut yourself on it. It just felt a little dangerous. And I think that as I was tuning in, I think I was picking up on some similar things, that you're a little too hard on yourself, and that it's making you a little fearful in your journey to move forward, but you're also a little hard on others. So in other words, this mirrored glass surface that is jagged at the ends, cuts both ways. So it's a little bit of problematic. So they want you to treat yourself a little bit better. Stop, maybe stop with the self-talk of putting yourself down, or that little kick-in thing. Oh, that person's an idiot. They want you to treat both yourself and others well. So I asked them, since this is a mirrored surface, would a little bit of mirror work help him? And they said it'll help everybody. It's, if he likes to do that, he could. So mirror work is where you catch yourself in the mirror and you say, "Oh, hi, Matt, I love you," or "Matt, you're looking good today," or whatever it is, And then the other affirmation that they wanted you to think about saying is to use the I am. So God is, or the creator of the universe is the great I am, but we are part of that I am. And they consider they'd like you to say, I am part of the I am, or but also they want you to say, I am love, because remember, at at the bottom of everything, we are just love. And love is what runs the entire universe. And then they had a lot of fun with this surface. It's so unusual because this surface goes way out, and they kept showing me flow, and they kept showing me that if you put a little water on this mirrored surface, you could just slide across it. And then they showed me like an ice rink, like flow with this. And so they would like you to think about joining the flow just a little bit more, which probably is a little bit of meditation and things that, oh, I'm glad you use that affirmation a lot. The other thing that they want you to say when you're caught up in something where you just can't quite make it to that affirmation a lot, what what you need to ask is it true? Whether it's you thinking something bad about yourself or about another person, is it true? And let your guides help you sort that out. And so that's just the information you asked for. What do I need to know now? Seems to be something that you're working on right now. So there you go, Matt. Okay. Well, and after Matt is Sherry Moe, and I saw that she's here. So let's get Sherry Moe's question. Okay, thank you, Matt, for letting us read your question. So Sherry wants to know, how will my next month go being an empty nester? Ooh, okay, an exciting time.
I see things being bittersweet. You'll have a moment of a loneliness or of the stillness around you, and you'll miss the motion and the activity around you, and just having another person or that person's energy in the house. But at the same time, you'll find new pockets of serenity and reflection and opportunity, and you'll have more time to think things through, think things for yourself. You'll be able to it's like there won't be that many interruptions, and you'll have more time to accomplish. Oh, and a lot of this is spiritual work. I feel as though you may even improve or increase your spiritual practice, like the meditating or grounding or crystals or whatever it is that you want to do. So I think it's important for you to find something that will help you to express yourself. And whatever it was they're telling me, whatever it was that you used to do before you had children, you may want to revisit that just to double check. I feel like there may be something um, artistic that you used to do, even writing. I don't know if you're writing a book. You're very creative, and there is something for you to create, like a product or an end result, or a creation, a manifestation. And you may think it was from long time ago, that it may not be applicable now, but revisit it and feel into that energy and see if any of that is still alive in you. And that's where I would start. Mhm.
Beautiful. Sherry, when I tuned in, let's see, what did I see first? My throat chakra lit up, and it's like and then I kept getting the idea about harmony. I don't know. It's like using your voice in a different way, um, to harmonize with a new song or something like that, because this is a time of change. And so maybe you're supporting family members, talking over the phone or something, rather than having them right in your household, or or just or just kind of having those conversations in your head and kind of letting things go, finding a new way at least to harmonize the situation. And then when I went to the feathers deck, I got the vulture: accept the inevitable, let go of the past, and allow a rebirth to begin. And I think that's what the throat chakra thing was talking about, to just kind of find a new way to express your connection with these people, and let go of the way it used to be, which is really hard to do. And when you do that, here comes the Knight of Swords saying, yes, now we can move forward. Now we can take action and start this something new. We can't recapture the past, but we can move towards something new and different and vital. And in the angels deck, I got the Archangel of Mercy saying, cherish your sacredness. So this is a time to think about you too, about your future. Family members are going off and doing their making strides toward their next toward their future, and now you are too. And then that got me, my throat chakra was lighting up again as I was thinking about that. And is there, did you used to sing in a choir, or is there something about music and harmony, maybe taking up an instrument again, or a community choir or something like that? I think this is both about speaking the truth of your heart and soul, but also there might be something physical in it too. So those are things to explore, to anyhow, whether it's singing and harmony or writing or something else, to kind of find a new path for yourself, even if it's just in little ways, even if it's calling up a friend and saying, hey, do you want to have coffee on Thursday, or something like that. And then being very complimentary of yourself, pat yourself on the back for every step forward that you take toward this new future for you too. Oh, I wish you all the best in this process. How about you, Terri?
Well, I love that vulture card. It's so apt for this. Um, okay, so I got, Sherry, that as I tuned into your energy, the thing they keep telling me, showing me, I just kind of almost hear it echoing, is white, the color white, 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 white. And I'm like, what do you mean by all this white? So what they're showing me is that they would like you to maybe do some meditation as often as possible. But what they want you to do during this meditation is they want you to whether you have to think it or whether you can do it spiritually, it kind of doesn't matter. They want you to consider making this ball of white light, and they want you to send this white light to your children, the people who have left your nest, and send them off with a really, really good spiritual energy. And if white means more to you than what I'm saying, the other thing that I got is possibly cleansing, maybe sage where you're living, maybe do some things that kind of purify where you're at, because as I dove into the color white, we tend to kind of think of it like purity and things like that. So maybe there's some things like that, or clean start, something like that. So that's what I'm getting for you. Thank you, Sherry, for letting us read your question.
This is beautiful, Terri.
Yeah.
And Joan, really good.
Yeah, you're really good. Oh my goodness, it's just amazing. It's amazing the bounce we get. It's just
I love it.
blows my mind every time. Okay, so Mary Kay Lim, right?
Yes.
It is Clem. It's just I always call her Mary Kay. So, yeah.
Okay. Mary Kay. Well, that's memorable.
Rosie.
So, oh yeah, Mary would like to hear from her favorite dog, Rosie. Oh,
So she says, is it a she? I would like to assume. She's saying, Mom, I'm right here. I haven't gone far. And I feel as though she's with your other dogs. And I feel as though she's always watching over you. And she just is very, very uh, grateful for the love and the trust that you gave to her. It was like this unconditional love and this trust. There was something about the trust, and she's saying that you believed in me, and that's what made me such a great dog. Like, because you saw who I was and could relate to me, and you believed in me that I could be good and that I could be supportive to you, and like you gave me the space to grow and to become the 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 spirit that you needed. And I feel as though Rosie did a lot of protection, and she did a lot of lifting your spirits, maybe doing funny things or looking deep into your eyes and connecting with you and giving you that companionship and that unconditional love that was very consistent. Like maybe, you know, you would have good days or bad days at work and you would come home feeling defeated. And Rosie would be extra happy that day and just wagging her tail and wagging her tail. And you'd be like, oh my gosh, like it would just make you feel so much better. And this was her job, was to lift your spirits, to help you to feel better and to unconditionally love you through it all. And she knows that she was there for you during the tough times. And she's just saying that her heart is always with you, and she's still playing with the other dogs. That I don't know if you see or feel a sense of Rosie from time to time, but she says that you may pick up on her. I don't know if there's a sound or if there's something Rosie used to do that makes you think of her. But she wants you to know that do you have like a plaque or something of her paw print or something in remembrance of her, or even like a Christmas ornament or something? But she's saying that you honor her and that you keep mementos of her. And she's just eternally grateful. And you will see each other again. She just loves you. She's sending you many, many, much love, much love.
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful. When I tuned in, the first feeling I got was my crown chakra just lit up really, really strongly. And then I kind of got this image of a purple water lily up there. It was just, I don't know, something very, very strong on the crown chakra. And then it started to move down my forehead a bit. And it made me feel like, did she have some sort of markings, like a white blaze down her snout or something like that? I don't know if that is what it meant or whatever. But anyhow, she is very, very there, very close and connected to you. Um, and and when I was drawing cards, I got the grouse. I think she's saying keep going out for walks. It's about this bird that moves a lot. Embrace the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. So I think she's concerned that because she's not there anymore, you might not be going out for walks or whatever. And she said, just whether you're going out for a walk or moving or dancing in some other way, just keep the physical part of you moving, and that's going to help you kind of process all the issues and all the grief and loss. It's a good way to be out in nature and to be close to her too. And then from the tarot deck, I got the Three of Wands, and this this one is sort of like send out your ships and then good things will come back to you. But just as I was drawing this, it was like, did she like to fetch sticks? Because this is the one where you send out the ships and then, you know, send out ideas and then they'll come back to you. But just as I picked it up, it was like, did she like to go, you know, keep, you know, throwing out those sticks, because then it'll be fun to bring them back, whatever that means for you metaphorically. And again, I got something similar. She's encouraging you to leap and spread your wings. She loves you so much, and she doesn't want, she's with you through this grieving period, and she's with you forever. But she wants you to throw out the sticks and try something new and keep moving. Go, don't get stuck in the grief. Remember me, and I'll be there. Think about the fun things we did together and all the love we shared. But cherish the time you have in this body and just give it your all. Leap and spread your wings. So she's saying, don't get stuck in grief. How about you, Terri?
That was great. I'm just getting very, very simple from her. She comes over and she just lays beside me, kind of putting her body along my leg. And she said she loved laying with you, sitting with you and laying with you, just being with you. Just being with you is just her whole world. And she's a very loving presence. But she's also letting me know that sometimes she could be a little cranky, and that she wasn't always the easiest dog to live with, but she just adored you. She was so happy to be with you. And then she did one other thing that makes me think you do things to honor her, just as Jean said. Because when she first came down to lay with me, right in front of her, she had a spray of white roses. So either you buy white roses and think of her, or when she passed, you put white roses wherever her grave or ashes are. It's something about these white roses. You've done something to honor her that way, and she is really, really happy with that. The one thing she didn't ask, which was interesting, is sometimes the pets will ask if you want to be barked in, but she's saying that isn't necessary. And I get the feeling that maybe this one's coming back. Maybe she's coming back as another pet, because she's kind of like, wow, I'm not going to be here long enough to bark her in, kind of. So that could be. That could be. So let us know if any of that resonates with you. So thank you so much, Mary. Okay, let's go on to Cindy. Okay, this one.
Oh, and Mary says she was the best and went everywhere with me. She could give me a look when it was time to go to sleep. We have a little memorial in the backyard for her. Oh,
Nice.
that's so beautiful, Mary Kay.
Did you ever put roses on that little memorial? Because she won't let me go with these white roses, like little white roses. Okay. Well, thank you, Mary Kay, for the feedback. Cindy is next. And Cindy says, hello, may I have a message from my spirit guides or Akashic Records? Thank you. So, spirit guides or Akashic, I'll try to kind of tune into the Akashic and see what's up. Okay.
So, let me just get myself over there. Cindy, I just wanted to mention that I feel like you either like receiving healing, or if you want to learn how to do healing, or I just feel like you're very helpful to people. You're a wonderful assistant, and you're like a liaison. I'm not sure if you work in the healing field, in either health field or I mean, in any way helping people. But I do feel as though you have a very gentle and a beautiful way of connecting people. You connect people, but the way that you connect people is a healing way of connecting them back to themselves, connecting them back to the earth, connecting them back to a their own awareness. You have this, I wouldn't say activation, but you have this ability or energetic quality to make a difference in people's lives. And it's not like you have to do a lot or say a lot. It's your energy. It's being friends with the people who you're friends with, the people who you're related to. All of these people benefit from being around you. I also feel as though you have a beautiful authenticity and a way of being yourself unapologetically, but without infringing on anybody else's, uh, you know, boundaries. Or you wouldn't say, well, I I didn't, you know, whatever. I didn't have to be first, so why do you have to be first? It's not like that. It's just that the natural way that you are and that you carry yourself through life, people see that and they say, "Oh, look what she can do. Maybe I can do it too." There is a link. There is a very important link that you connect to people, even like people like if you're in the airport or if you're at a restaurant or something, there's a beautiful connection to your energy. I do feel as though you're also a light worker and that you are here to help lift the energy and the frequency of the earth. So that's what I have for you, Miss Cindy. I hope that helps.
Beautiful. Cindy, when I tuned in, the first and only thing I got as a vision was a picture of a searchlight in the darkness, this big triangle of light, so you could see things clearly. And wasn't there a song about searchlight or something? I think it was disco-y. I can't remember it, but that came to mind. And then I was drawing cards and got the osprey, which is this wonderful fish hawk as big as an eagle practically, and can see those little fishies way down below from so far up high, and it's a sign of abundance. Your success is now at hand. Allow abundance to flow to you effortlessly. And their vision is sort of like the searchlight, really being able to see things far away and see things deeply. I also got the Page of Wands. So maybe a young person is going to come to you with a message, but I'm also seeing this, the wands, it's sort of the earth, the fire kind of element and new growth. So there's, something new coming, something new that might be growing into something more that you're interested in. And it could be having to do with healing, because here's the Archangel Raphael. Prioritize your health, but also you can see there's little, or her palms are lit up here. So the whole thing about using your vision and power, spiritual power, to for, I don't know, maybe taking a Reiki class or using it for healing for yourself or for others, I think there's some potential there. But just maybe think about those images and see if you can find a connection to the things that you're interested in now. But I think it's definitely two of those images were all about, you have this, you see things that other people don't see or have a hard time seeing, and you can use those for the benefit of yourself and others, and perhaps to do with healing. How about you, Terri? What did you get?
Well, I tuned into the Akashic records instead, and I just tuned into your Akashic records masters and just asked them to, what does Cindy need to know now? And the first thing that they showed me is that you're highly attuned to nature, to all things physical, plants, animals, very attuned to nature. They're showing me that you have a directness about you, and you're a protector. You really you protect those that you love, and that you when you are working in the spiritual, that you are going to be highly protective of what's going on with you and with others. And they did say that directness and the protectiveness, that you are going to have to balance it with not letting ego take over too much. So, because you're protective and you're direct, you could always think you're right. They're not always going to be right. None of us are all going to be right. And so they want you to, try to balance ego and spirituality. And then the thing is as they were like showing me all of this, they kept painting it all in like leopard colors and stuff. And I'm like, what's going on here? Why all this leopard stuff? Why all this cat stuff? And they said, because in quite a few past lives, I think, not just one, you have been a Lyran. So I would look up that Lyran energy and see what that does for you, because that is something you're bringing into this life from past life, is Lyran energy. So, okay, so that would kind of make you a light worker and out there having a lot of spiritual contact from other planet systems. So, okay, there you go.
Beautiful.
Well, ladies, we are at an hour. Do you have time to stay for like 15 minutes?
How about you, Joan?
I could do it.
Yeah, I'm a little flexible, so it's up to you, Terri.
Okay, let's do one more.
Okay.
Okay, and so since that I didn't look at this ahead, whoever we choose, you're gonna have to let us know right away if you're here. Let's see.
You're welcome, Cindy. She says,
Yes.
thank you so much, ladies.
Okay. I'm just looking to see which ones there. Okay. Oh, we are going to choose Willow Flows in Love. Willow, are you still here? And I think so. I think I just saw Willow not too long ago. Yep, right there. So Willow's here. Great. Thank you, Willow, for being here. And Willow would like to know, can I get a message from my grandma Edith?
That's a different station. I got to change the station.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes when I have to do that, I use Terri Lee's windshield wiper.
Yeah. Yeah, the windshield wiper. Yep. Mm-hmm. I do feel as though she wants you to know that I feel as though she did share wisdom in her throughout her life. And I do feel as though you remember the things that she used to say and her ability to move or navigate through life with a tenacity. I do feel as though she had a lot of responsibility. I see her, entertaining and cooking and, having a lot of balls in the air. I do see something around a pool. I don't know if there was a pool that was in her yard or if there was when you went to her house that somebody had a pool, or if she liked to swim. There's something about a pool. But I do feel as though she had a wisdom and a simplicity about life, but it was authentic. And I do feel as though she was funny and she liked to have, I don't know, she was social and she did like to have like all those, and I'm not saying this specifically, but like pampered chef parties or Tupperware parties or, dinner parties or, these types of things. Like she was sociable and energetic and had friends. And this is what she loved, even if it was neighbors, but she loved to um, and everybody, she had a lot of people that really admired her, and she was funny, but it was almost like it's just it was easier back then to do that. Um, but I do see her liking the things. She liked her things, whatever this is. And maybe she's showing me, I don't know if this is specific, but she's showing me like QVC. Did she like to like shop on the TV or whatever that, even before QVC, when there was like that shop at home kind of network or something? Like she just thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Um, but she'd like to try new things. And so, what would you like to say to Willow? She she said, "Keep your head on your shoulders, and keep a good head on your shoulders. Like, try not to get distracted or too involved. Make sure you keep your wits about you." Is what she wants to let you know, that it's easy to sometimes it may be easy to be carried away or to go down a certain road, but always check in with yourself and hold on to your authenticity and you know um, be be who you are regardless of what other people may say or do. Like if other people may want to influence you one way or influence you a next, it's always important for you to be yourself, check in with yourself, and make those decisions based on who you are and what you want, and not just to say, well, yeah, I can, or yeah, let's do that, or try. Make sure it's right for you. And so that's what she wants you to know. And it looks like Willow here said, no pool, but her aunt would take us to the lake to swim. She was super helpful and kind to everyone.
Beautiful.
Grandma Edith.
Oh, and she said this, true. She loved me just as I am, the only one who did.
Oh,
Aw.
what a sweetheart. Willow, when I tuned in, the first thing I saw was a bouquet of tulips in all different colors. And they were mixed, and I was getting the feeling that these are for you to help with healing, and the idea that they were gentle and light and beautiful as new spring. And I think that's the way she's feeling about her transition. It was, at least from a spiritual standpoint, I'm not sure what happened physically, but that it was gentle, and it's like a new springtime, a new adventure. Who knows what can happen now? She's kind of yeah, she's excited about her opportunities over there. And then all of a sudden, she showed me meringue cookies, those little cookies that you make just out of egg white and sugar. And I don't know if that was something she made or something you liked, or just something that is a symbol for something light and sweet and airy, and that's kind of where she is. She's feeling contented and happy. She's sending lots of love, but it's sort of like those things are just like eating a sweet little cloud. And that's kind of where she is now, all about the gentleness and sweetness. And then when I went to, then she was focusing more on you. The feathers card, I got the flicker that says, new rhythms are coming into your life now. You are encouraged to change and adapt. So with her gone, there's going to be some changes. And I think she's sort of saying, you're gonna be just fine. This is a very strong bird. You can find a new rhythm and adapt to these new changes. And I was kind of surprised she got the 5 of Wands, of people with all different colors on their coats here having disagreements. And I think the message is, and maybe this is about the estate, or I want this piece that she had, or whatever. Don't get into it. She could care less. And just, if you see that happening, don't get into the fray. Step back and know that the most important thing that you have of hers is her love. And if there's something that you really want from her estate that'll help you remember her, great. She doesn't have any attachment about where things go, and just she doesn't want you to be part of a battle. Uh, and then I got the Archangel Raguel, who is saying, nourish your relationships. And I think this might mean, kind of in her honor, to reach out to people. And maybe you have friends from long ago, you haven't seen them for a long time. Just say, hey, do you want to get together for coffee or whatever? Because just as you were saying, she was nice to everyone, and maybe she was the person who had the party at her house. That's a real way to nourish your own soul, but help kind of put it's like making a stew or something, putting people together. It creates new opportunities at a party. Or a coffee or something. It's new opportunities for conversation, but it's about making connections and taking things forward. She doesn't want you to, she loves that you're honoring her life, but she doesn't want you to get stuck in the past. And one of the ways to honor her past is to do as she did, and connect yourself and connect other people too. So those were her words of wisdom to me, through me at least. How about you, Terri?
Oh, that was lovely. So as I turned into Grandma Edith, her love overwhelmed me. I just could feel it right here in my upper chest, just really, really heavy, and just an amazing love. And the first thing that I noticed about her, the evidence she was showing me, is she was a kind person, very kind to a fault almost. And the other thing is she shows me that right now she's like she's showing me this energy, this bright light energy that is like rose quartz colored. So to me, when she's showing me the rose quartz, it's about love. She's sending you a lot of love, a lot of that kind love. And then the other thing is she kept showing me pictures of you and her, of her walking, holding your little hand when you were really little, your delicate little hand. And she made sure to really talk about how delicate your little hand was, and how honored she was to be your grandmother, to get to interact with you. But she showed me more. She showed that when you guys were holding hands, when you were sitting on her lap, when you were interacting with her, it was a spiritual, energetic connection, that you guys were sharing energy. She was putting kindness into you. And she wants you to know that from where she is in, the other side in heaven, that she is constantly sending you that rose quartz energy, constantly, because she wants you to really feel the love and the kindness, and let it guide you, and let it support you a little bit. But she's really, 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 really showing me all this love, how much love she has for you. Grandma Edith, is there anything else you want to tell her? New opportunities are coming. That's what she's showing me, that there's green. She's throwing up this green leafy things, and just letting me know new opportunities are coming for you that are very good. And she will continue to send you her energy to make sure that you can live in that that love and kindness, and scoop up all the good things for yourself. Okay. Thank you, Grandma Edith.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful, Willow. And she says, she was the best. I have a pic of her holding my son's hand. She was definition of love.
Oh,
So lucky to have a grandmother like that. That's so beautiful.
yes. And I love that she still she's still connected spiritually with you, sending you all that energy all the time. Okay, well, ladies, it's been a fabulous, fabulous hour and 15 minutes that we've gone through. And everybody in the chat, thank you so much for coming. It's just lovely to have you here. I love watching you chat, and I'm always sorry that we can't get to everybody's questions, but there's a lot of other times that we are available to read. So all of us do private readings, and if you look at the show notes, everybody's channels are there. We would really appreciate it if that you would go back and click the thumbs up for us, because it helps us expand and get our shows out there. And also, we'd like to tell you where you might run into us again. So, Jean, where can people find you next?
I will be on Friday morning. I have Gerald and Joan and I say morning, that's 12 noon. Joan, Gerald, and I will be together for our Enlightened Insights show, and that's at 12 noon. And then on Saturday, I have Mark the Spirit Whisperer with me, and then Daphne will be. And it just keeps going from there. So I'm going to stop.
Okay, so lots of chances for people to go get read. Joan, where are we going to see you next?
Probably a Friday with Jean and Gerald.
Okay, yeah,
Yep.
that's right. This weekend, if you happen to be in Ocean Shores, Washington, I am going to be at the Metaphysical and Wellness Fair, or MeWe Fair. And I'll be there Saturday and Sunday, and you can stop by and get a reading. If you do stop by, please tell me your chat name, because sometimes people stop by, I meet them, but I don't know your real name. So it's hard to associate. If you are not in Ocean Shores, Washington, the next time I will be on is going to be Friday the 21st for the Psychic Triad. We had to move it back a week because there's some family things I got to do, and we're moving it an hour up to 12:30, so Pacific time. So you can catch me there. And anything else that you want to talk about?
Just
Jean?
thank you so much for hosting and
Oh, you're
co-hosting,
welcome.
Jane.
Yes, Jean, thank you for moving us all around the screen. Okay. Oh, Jean, we can't hear you at all.
Oh, you're muted.
That's no problem. It's my pleasure to be a support for sure. But I really love seeing everybody here, everybody interacting, and we just really appreciate all of your support, all of the moderators, all of the members, and all of the gifts, those jewels, those stars, those coins,
Wow.
all
Yep.
of those are so much fun to see. We really enjoy seeing everybody. And Marilla's here too. And she's just jumped in and she said, I'll have to catch the replay. And Leona and Linda and everybody is here. Thank you all so much for being here.
Yes. Okay, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye now.
Well,
Bye.